Hello everyone, I'm Blazing with a review of the Novo7Basic from Ainol. The Novo7Basic is a 7-inch 800 by 480 resolution touchscreen device. The touchscreen is a capacitive touchscreen with 5-point multi-touch. This particular device came with Honeycomb 3.2 as its operating system. It has an Ngenic X-Burst MIPS processor at a speed of 1 gigahertz, 512 megabytes of RAM. It has 802.11 BGNN Wi-Fi. It has a HDMI out port which supports 1080p streaming to a television or something like that through an HDMI cable. It has two cameras, a rear facing at 2 megapixels and a front facing at 1.3, I think it is. I'll have to double check that. And it also has a G sensor inside. As you can see from the shot that you're seeing here, the front face is black with a all white body. On the top of the device you have the power button and then the volume rocker. On the right side of the device, which is where all of the ports are at, you have the power DC in. You have a reset button. You have a micro SD card slot, a mini USB port, a microphone hole, a mini HDMI port, and a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. On the bottom, nothing other than the Ainol sticker. On the left side of the device, there's nothing. On the back of the device, you see the 2 megapixel camera here, and you have a speaker hole for the single speaker that the device comes with. Back to the front, we have the front facing camera here. We have capacitive screen buttons, volume and volume down, volume up and volume down, menu, home, and back. The build quality of this device is actually quite a bit better than I expected it to be, considering where it was coming from. It's not one of the major manufacturers that you hear about all the time. It feels pretty solid, does not feel like it's going to fall apart immediately. It is made of all plastic, so it is a plasticky device just because of that. There are times, if you're touching on the edges of the screen, you will hear some creaking. But for the most part, it feels like a solid device, does not feel like it's going to fall apart. And is nice and easy to hold and relatively light. I'm actually pretty happy with it in that regard, and I haven't had any build quality issues so far. Turn on the device here. As you can see, this is the Android Honeycomb lock screen. I've actually changed the back screen, the wallpaper that it comes with, so it's just a different wallpaper. And as you can see, with the device, it is responsive and does move with finger touch nicely. Unlock the device. This is the default home screen, except for the wallpaper. Like I said, I did change that, but this is the default home screen that it comes up with. This is all the icons and stuff that are automatically on your desktop when you start the device up. The Novo7Basic comes with a plethora of applications already installed for you to use. However, unless you speak Chinese and are able to read Chinese, you will not be able to use most of them. There's only a few that are usable in English. So if you have gotten this device, there's going to be quite a few apps that you'll want to uninstall just because you won't be able to use them. As far as touch and everything else is going, it's very responsive. I do occasionally find a lag here and there, but for the most part, it responds very well to touch. I don't have any issues with it. Go into the app drawer. Here's one of my little niggles on this right here. I don't like the fact that in landscape mode, you're only seeing 2 rows of icons. Obviously, there's enough room for a 3rd row of icons down there, but for some reason, they only have it going to 2. We'll rotate this over into portrait mode real quick, and you can see in portrait mode it actually has a few more, and it actually shows 3 across. So that makes it a little bit nicer to move across. The device does not come with the Amazon App Store. I added that later on just to try it and see how it would work. It does come with Angry Birds. It comes with Cut the Rope, although you need to join some sort of group to get that to work, which that portion is in Chinese, so I wasn't really able to figure that out. Fruit Slice, Foxit Reader is a PDF reader. There's a couple of different markets on here, mostly Chinese type markets, so again, unless you speak Chinese or at least understand or are able to read it, you're not going to be able to use those programs. This is I loaded this on here to test the 5-point multi-touch, just to show that it is indeed. There's a single finger, 2 fingers, and then, might be hard to see, but you should be able to see the numbers over there counting. That is indeed showing you 5-point multi-touch. So it is a nice screen. It does react nicely to multi-touch like it's supposed to. Come back out. They've included in this one a My Apps area to show you the different apps that you have loaded onto the device. The nice thing about all of this, all of the applications that have been installed are not installed to system applications, so they're easy enough to remove, which is a good thing. Like I said before, if you don't want those, you can just take them off through the normal remove process. Out of the box, amazingly enough, this does come with market support. You wouldn't normally think so for most devices that aren't mainstream, but this one does. And it also comes with maps, but here's the market. It does come with the latest market application at 3.44, I believe is what it is. And it works just like any other market should. You will notice that because this is a MIPS-based device, it does not have is not able to access all of the applications in the Android market. And that's because a lot of, if not most of, the applications that are created right now are created for ARM-based processors and take advantage of the ARM processor itself. Whereas this is a MIPS-based processor, and not as many programs have been updated or compiled to work with the MIPS processor. One of the programs that is included to show that nice gaming features and games do work is a GameLoft game from, obviously from GameLoft, is Spider-Man from GameLoft. It works very nicely, responds very well to the touch screen. Here's the little intro movie going into it to show you what it's like. Works very well. I'll skip the movie here real quick. I've already been playing for a little while now. I actually like the game. I wasn't sure that I was going to like it, but it actually is quite fun. Although I'm getting my butt kicked right at the moment. So you can see, comes in. Skip past the movie, get my butt kicked a couple times. Alright. We'll go back to home here and get out of that. So as you can see, games do work. Like I said, it does come with Angry Birds, a version of Angry Birds that has been compiled for the MIPS processor, so that works very nicely. I tried to load Angry Birds Rio from the Amazon market, and that did not work. There is a program out there called Magic Code from, turn the volume down a little bit, from Code Magic that will help get certain ARM programs working on a MIPS processor. What it does is on the fly it goes in and changes the SO inside the application and makes it compatible with ARM devices or MIPS devices, excuse me. That does not work on every device or every application, so it's kind of hit and miss. You might not be able to get it working for the application that you want. I know Skype support is one thing that many people think of and want. And there was a little bit of artifact right there. Every once in a while I do get a little bit of artifact, and I have had a launcher crash here and there, but for the most part it's very stable. Forgot what I was talking about now that I said that. Anyways, Skype, that's what I was talking about. Skype is a big thing, and so far I have not found a Skype application that will work on this device to take advantage of the forward-facing camera. Hopefully, as a little bit of time goes on and maybe more of these MIPS-based devices start coming out, companies will start making their programs more compatible with the MIPS-based processor, so that we can start using everything. Here you can see that we have their standard honeycomb settings. This is for the HDMI setting. You can change it to output 1080p at 60 Hertz or 1080p at 50 or even 720, depending on what you want to put onto your television. Normal application items here. These are all my downloaded programs, so we can uninstall any of those, which is a really nice feature. Go here to the About tablet. And as you can see, you might be able to see anyways, it's running 3.2 and a 2.6.32.9 kernel right at the moment. Well, I think, couple other things. Calendar. The calendar does work, and the problem I've noticed is that the calendar does not sync with Gmail, which is kind of confusing to me. It syncs with my Exchange account just fine, has no problem there, but will not sync with my Gmail, and I'm not exactly sure why. And as you can see there, the honeycomb calendar, it's showing some of my appointments and stuff, and different things that are happening as is normal. There you go. But for some reason it does not sync with Gmail. I have not found a way to get it to do that quite yet. Here's the camera at the back side. Of course it has a video mode. And I believe, let's see, I'm trying to remember how to switch over, and right at the moment I'm not remembering. Anyways, the forward-facing camera does work. I've tried that. Like I said, I just haven't found any applications really to take advantage of it. Anyways, as you can see, it's a pretty nice device. It works very well. It's very responsive, nice and light and easy to hold, and is very small. Couple things I'd like to see. Obviously some more applications available for the device that will work with the MIPS processor. Hopefully that'll change. Like I said before, who knows? Hard to say how things are going to go. Relatively cheap. I picked this up for about $100 with free shipping, so you can't go wrong with that. And it works very well. I'm very impressed with it. Anyways, Blazing Wolf here with a review of the Novo 7 Basic. Have a good day.